All right, 2023 GLIAC season preview for the Wayne State Warriors. I'm joined by second-year head coach Nicole Tines. Obviously, heading into your first year last year, you had a very youthful roster with only 2 starters returning, and it kind of showed offensively. Needed to score 3 or more runs, it looked like, to win most of the games.
Yeah, I mean, I think last year for sure it was a learning curve for everybody. Learning curve, not only myself and my assistant Hannah McClooney, but just our staff or our team in general. Very young, like you mentioned. So it was kind of that year with a lot of expectations, personally in my mind. But kind of transferring that on the field, and I think it showed for sure. I think the expectations kind of got the best of us a little bit, and the pressure was there, and especially for my rookies, I should say. Those returners too, Rainey, Paige, and Rose, kind of really took a lot on their back and tried to really produce, and I think they did a nice job. But now it's time for those newbies from last year to step up this year and start producing. I think this year our mindset is to really just keep it simple, go up and attack, and try to produce offensively. That's been our mindset. We're not trying to overdo it at practice and give them too many things to think about, but go up and attack pitches, and put the ball in play, and good things hopefully will happen this year.
Sounds good. The GLIAC tournament was kind of the microcosm of the season. You get a great pitching performance from Paige, don't score, go into extra innings, ended up losing 1-0. That was kind of the typical way the games went last year.
Yeah, that was kind of our MO for sure. So hopefully, on defense, we've done a nice job on defense, and that's been our strength, and that's what we've kept hammering so far since the winter practices have kind of started and gone forward, and we're really looking to crank up that offense.
Now this year you've got numerous returning starters, and a 11 upperclassmen, which includes 2 Division I transfers. You got Taryn Peru at third base, corner infield, and Kylie Lewandowski. What can you tell us about those 2 newcomers?
Yeah, those 2 have really added, not so much the playing experience, but more of the maturity level, right? That depth that comes from being a Division I transfer, and for Taryn too, she's already played 4 years at the D1 level, so that maturity and that kind of just leadership that she brings to our team. She's an extension of Hannah and myself, and she's definitely someone that our girls look up to, and she can give some tips and pointers as far as hitting goes, and we're really looking for her to step up, and same with Kylie, especially behind the plate. Becky's done a really nice job so far at practice, and her leadership has also been key. And Kylie's still kind of getting the ropes a little bit as well to see what it's about in our program, but looking for big things out of those 2, absolutely. So that leadership and that experience is going to be key for us.
Obviously in fast pitch softball, pitching is a key.
Yeah.
And you graduated Paige and Emily. You've got Alexis coming back, but then you got 2 freshmen. So I'm going to nickname them the Killer Bees. You got Bonk, Batten, and Buckburger.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
So obviously you're going to be young in the circle.
Yes, we'll be young. But I think the girls have worked really hard. It's been a grind here, and that's kind of our motto this year too, is grit. So show me what you got. Get in there, get in the circle, and bring it, and just do the best you can, right? And good things will happen. Again, we've got good defense in place. We've also told our defense, balls are going to be coming. That's what you want, right, from a defense. You don't want to be lulled to sleep. You don't want to be, it's nice to be behind a pitcher who mows everybody down and strikes everybody out, but our defense will be ready to go. I just want the girls to go out there and pitch smart, hit their spots, and good things will happen. So Alexis has really grown the last couple weeks here. She's put together at least 3 or 4 performances against our team where she's really dominated, and she's looked really good. Her changeup is developed. She's working more on hitting her spots with her pitches and her movement. So and she's mentally she's more mature. And so you see that growth in her. So really also expecting big things from her in the circle to be our leader in the circle.
You could definitely see her potential last year in the win over Grand Valley. That she's got that potential, is just kind of doing it on a regular basis.
Yes, and she's definitely more mature, and I think that mindset, that mental piece is going to be key for her, because she has all the talent, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And Hayden and Sasha have done a really nice job too. They're coming in though, they're figuring out what it's about. That's always that big jump to go from being successful summer ball or high school ball, coming to college, and what that first year is going to be like. So I'm really just trying to teach them a little bit more about understanding how to pitch, and not just being able to stand in there and mow people down in the circle. So that'll be key for them at this level too, understanding I got to mix speeds, got to move my pitches around, and I'm not going to get away with throwing one in there, sneaking one over the plate every now and then. So really working the corners of the plate and just trying to follow in Alexis's lead right now too. So, and stepping up and creating their own, personality on the mound. So.
Sounds great. Your other true freshman is Maddie, who comes from a state champion Allen Park team. Obviously, you're excited to get her.
Very excited, yeah. Maddie brings a presence for sure. At second base, she's made some unbelievable plays in the fall. At practice too, her range is phenomenal, but she also makes the routine. And I think that's, again, going to be what settles our defense down too. It's not only making the exceptional play, but it's making the routine play. Love her passion, love her fire too, and I think that's also what kind of drew Hannah and I to her in the recruiting process. Is she's very feisty, very passionate, gets hyped up, and I think that is also something we need in our team too, just that continuous spark. So we're really looking forward to having her this year, and she's going to be great.
Sounds good. A lot of competition at a lot of spots. Shortstop, third base, right field. You've got some returning starters in Maddie Rusinski in left and Gabby Capel in center, but the other three spots in the DP spot are kind of like who's producing at the time.
Absolutely. It's going to be, and we've preached that to our team. Show me, make me play you. And that's a good problem to have. It's our problem as coaches for Hannah and I to make that tough decision day in and day out. But it's going to be who's producing at the plate. As you mentioned earlier, offense is where we struggled in production, and we've got a lot of great kids who can swing the bat. So it's, can you transfer that over and swing the bat in a game and really be that spark and fire? Because then I'm going to have to keep you in the game, in the lineup. So it's about who's producing. We got a lot of kids that we can move in and out, which is a strength for us. I think in the recruiting process too, Hannah and I look for athletes. We look for players who can play multiple spots, and we definitely do have that. So it's going to be about offense right now in production.
Season gets underway in a couple weeks. You start off with the Dome Tournament in Chicago. 5 tough games there before you head to Ohio Dominican for a 3-game weekend series, and then Florida. So not an easy way to start the season.
No, but we never want easy, do we? I think it's a good test for us. I think Lewis will be a great starting point for us. If we can go and compete. That's just what we're trying to ask for our kids. Go out and compete. Be gritty, do what you can and compete. Hang with teams, and if we can hang in close games and squeak, the close games out if we're in that position, I think that'll just help build momentum and put us in a good spot going into the league. Florida's always nice to go down, get some nicer weather. We have reduced our schedule a little bit, so hopefully that will be a little easier on our kids too to go out and play and keep that stamina up and kind of push us into the GLIAC. But we definitely want a strong start here. Every team we're playing is a quality team, at this level, right? So you want to be at the top, you got to compete against some quality teams for sure.